Welcome to the Environmental Science lesson on human society. The topics covered in this lesson explore the relationship between human societies and the environment throughout history. You will learn about the availability and utilization of natural resources, the development of primitive tools, and the discovery of fire, key inventions such as the wheel, the onset of industrialization, factors driving its growth, and much more. In our environment, we have a wide range of resources that support life. These resources can be divided into two categories, abiotic and biotic resources. Let's explore them one by one. First up, we have abiotic resources. These are non-living elements found in the environment. Land, water, and energy are some examples of abiotic resources. Land provides us with a place to live, grow crops, and build our homes. Did you know that the soil in different regions has different properties, which affects the types of crops that can be grown? Water is essential for our survival and plays a vital role in various ecosystems, and energy, like sunlight, wind, and fossil fuels, powers our daily lives. Speaking of fossil fuels, we have petroleum and natural gas, which are derived from ancient plants and animals. These resources provide us with fuel for transportation, heating, and electricity. Then we have metal ores or minerals, such as iron, copper, and gold, which are used to make tools, buildings, and many other things we rely on in our modern lives. The next time you see a shiny piece of jewelry, remember that it comes from the earth. Moving on to biotic resources, these are living natural resources found in our environment. Plants, animals, and microorganisms make up this category. Plants are not just pretty to look at, they provide us with food, shelter, medicine, and even the oxygen we breathe. Animals, whether wild or domesticated, serve as sources of food, clothing, and companionship. Think about the milk we get from cows or the wool from sheep. And let's not forget about the incredible world of microorganisms, which play crucial roles in decomposing organic matter and maintaining ecological balance. They help break down dead plants and animals, returning valuable nutrients to the soil. Now, let's travel back in time and explore the relationship between primitive human societies and the environment. Our story begins with Australopithecus, one of our earliest ancestors. They relied on the environment for food, shelter, and protection. They were skilled gatherers, using their knowledge of plants to find edible fruits, nuts, and seeds. As time went on, Homo habilis, the handyman, emerged. They were able to make tools and use fire, expanding their ability to survive in different environments. Tools made it easier to hunt animals for food and to gather resources. Fire provided warmth, protection, and the ability to cook food, making it more nutritious and easier to digest. And then came Homo erectus, the upright man. They were the first hominids to leave Africa and explore new territories. As hunters-gatherers, they relied on their skills to hunt animals and gather wild plants for their survival. They developed strategies to hunt in groups, using their intelligence and cooperation to bring down larger animals. These primitive humans lived as nomads, constantly moving from one place to another in search of food and resources. They had a deep understanding of their environment and depended on it for their existence. They had to adapt to different climates, landscapes, and seasons, learning how to use the available resources wisely. Let's take a glimpse into the ancient world of the Neanderthals. These resourceful beings were known for their exceptional tool-making skills. They crafted tools like stone hammers and axes to assist them in hunting, gathering, and surviving in their challenging environments. Neanderthals crafted baskets using woven grass to carry their harvest. Now, picture this, a group of early humans sitting around a campfire, mesmerized by the dancing flames. Can you imagine what a significant discovery fire was for them? It provided warmth, protection from predators, and a way to cook food, making it easier to digest and giving them more energy. Fire even helped early humans expand their territories. They used controlled fires to clear land for hunting and to drive animals towards them. And speaking of food, let's delve into the topic on settled life begins. As humans became more proficient in using fire, they began to settle in one place. This allowed them to cultivate plants and domesticate animals, marking a crucial transition in human history. For example, early humans in the Indus Valley civilization cultivated crops like wheat, barley, and cotton. They built elaborate irrigation systems to channel water from rivers and canals to their fields, ensuring a bountiful harvest. But let's not forget the domestication of animals. Just like we have pets today, early humans started taming and breeding animals for various purposes. They used dogs for hunting, sheep for wool, and cows for milk and meat. This partnership between humans and animals revolutionized their way of life. In ancient Egypt, cats were highly revered and worshipped. They protected grain stores from rodents and were even considered sacred. Let us now consider one of the most revolutionary inventions in human history, the wheel. Imagine life without wheels. How would we transport goods or go on thrilling roller coaster rides? The wheel transformed transportation, making it easier to travel, trade, and explore new frontiers. But the wheel was just the beginning. Soon, our ancestors discovered metals like bronze and iron. This led to the Bronze Age and Iron Age, marking significant technological advancements. People began crafting tools, weapons, and structures with these metals. During this time, our relationship with the environment changed. We witnessed the growth of settled communities as people started practicing agriculture. Farmers learned to cultivate crops and domesticate animals, ensuring a stable food supply for their communities. Imagine the impact of agriculture on our society. It not only fed our bellies but also gave rise to complex social structures and civilizations. Ancient civilizations like the Indus Valley, Mesopotamia, and Egypt flourished, leaving behind rich cultural heritage. As our societies expanded, we needed a common language to communicate. Language allows us to express our thoughts, share knowledge, and build intricate social networks. It shaped our cultures, customs, and traditions. Now, let's fast forward to a significant turning point in human history, the beginning of the exploitation of natural resources. With the rise of industries, our hunger for energy and raw materials grew. We started mining for minerals and cutting down forests for timber. This period marked the dawn of industrialization, a time of remarkable technological and economic growth. Factories sprung up, machinery transformed production processes, and our world changed at an unprecedented pace. However, we must acknowledge that industrialization brought its share of environmental challenges. Pollution became a pressing issue as factories released harmful chemicals into the air and water. Deforestation led to habitat loss, impacting biodiversity. That brings this lesson to an end. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by Gyaniversity Publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I will see you in the next lesson.